All right, so I've already taken the preliminary photos or the still shots of the vehicle, and this kind of got some nice shots of some of the imperfections. I like to do a video when I'm taking the paint meter readings, and also I'll point out some of the stuff that I've seen. That way you can see where it's relative to its panel or location or what have you. So again, I'm about, I don't know, about 8 feet away. So this is the way the vehicle presents itself. You really don't see much. You know, you see a little dent there on the right fender. Chrome looks decent from this angle, and then you can see some cracks here on the fascia panel there. And I'll zoom in a little bit. But this is what you'd expect to see from about 8 feet away. As I get a little bit closer, about 3 feet now you can start seeing some of the cosmetic imperfections, right? So I'm about 2 feet away now. Here you can see the crack here on the fascia here. The paint, you know, it feels decent. Okay, that's 9. The paint meter readings that I'm taking here are measured in the thousandths of an inch, right? Anytime we get readings of 19.7, that reading specifically, that's an indication of Bondo. So we got 10.5, we got 13, we got 17, and we got 13 thousandths of an inch. Looking at the left front fender, we'll get some side measurements here. We got 6 thousandths of an inch, 4.5, 7, 8. So these panels are looking pretty solid. The hood, the fender, I don't see any signs of Bondo. Just a respray, which is okay. Looking at the left fender well, what I like to do is get 2 or 3 different angles or passes. And sometimes I don't see something the first time, but I'll pick it up on a photo or the video. So this is why I do it, and it kind of just helps just to give you an idea of its general condition. All right, moving on. The windshield, I don't see any obvious cracks, chips, right, or any signs of delamination, which is good. Right. Here's a view of the dash. I've already got the VIN plate still photo. Don't see any cracks on the dash, but I'll look from the inside. Just I don't know, something there. Looking at the left windshield pillar, we can see the paint imperfections. It looks like, I don't know, we can see it here where it's, I don't know if it's been replaced or not, but I'll have to, well, let's get the readings. 6.5, 6.5. All right, I'll check the other side. But yeah, that looks like it's almost like some kind of, it's been worked in some way. Looking at the door, 6.5, 5.5, 7.5, and 5.5. So far the panels are looking pretty solid. Outside mirror, just a little loose, right? And then the chrome work looks in decent shape. And the glass itself, I don't see any signs of delamination or scratches. Looking at the roof, let's get some meter readings here. 7.5, 10, 9, 11, 9, 10.5. Right. Let's get the pillar. 8, 6, quarter panel 7.5, 6.5. So these are great readings actually. 6.5, 7.5, and 6.5. All right. Looking at the left rear wheel, let's take a shot of the wheel well area. All right, and then tires look good. I need to check the DOT numbers on that. Looking at the rear window, again, I don't see any scratches or signs of delamination, so it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Another view of the roof line there. Let's get a reading here. 12, 15, 11, 10. All right, good readings. All right, looking at the rear. When I'm back at my desk, I have grid lines, and I'll check the alignment of the rear bumper and see how that fits against the body. But let's give you a quick little view here. All right, let's get some more readings. 8, 8, 8, and something, right? All right, looking at the right quarter panel, right? Here we go. Okay. It looks like it's been worked here in this area, but let's get some more readings. 13, 7. So even if there is use of Bondo, they kept it pretty light. Just a slight little indentation there. 8, 8, 7, 7, 9, and 7.5 going on here. 8.5. All right, so our first signs of Bondo use for body filler. So let me get some more readings to see how extensive it is. Okay, 5.5. So it looks like it starts around here on the upper quarter panel. It works its way down, and then so it's just this area right here where it looks like it's got some body filler. Looking at the windows, decent shape. Chrome is in good shape. Let me wipe it clean here, but yeah, it looks pretty decent. Glass again. Maybe I don't know if that's a scratch or some sort of blemish, but overall, pretty good shape. And then here we go, the another weld spot here. So I'm starting to think that maybe the roof was replaced at one point. So that's there. Let's go back here. So yeah, it's a little tricky there. Yeah, so definitely something's going on there because it's about the same area as on the left side. All right. One thing also is this left door does not open. The right side door does not open. I tried from the inside and the outside, so just be mindful of that. Here for the antenna, it's missing everything. Just what's left of the mast. And here's another view of the windshield and the roof. Okay, let's get some more readings here. 6.5, 7, fender, 19, 10. Okay, so just some more body filler down here. You can see where the fit's less than perfect there where the trim. 7, 9, and 8.5. So the blemishes that I see are the cosmetic imperfections, whatever wording you want to use. It's stuff that I think that your casual observer wouldn't notice, right? They look at it overall, that's a nice car, but this is what I look for, so this is what I spot. And again, you can see the dent right there. All right, one last push-out view, and then I'll move. Also, I like to take measurements from the ground to the lip of the fender well, and what I'm checking to see if it sits level or not. So here on the left side, it's just about 25 1/4. Let's check the right side. Right side's just at around 26, so half an inch, not a big deal. Let's see the right rear. That's at 27 3/4. Right? And the left rear at 27. So off slightly, but not by. So I'm gonna have the technician start the car. When I first arrived, the battery was dead, so they're gonna jump start it for me, but I like to check it right now on first startup so you can see what it's like. When I first arrived, the battery was dead, so the technician's going to come out here and jump start it. Also, I like to have this kind of assistance anyways, so we get to see what it's like on first startup, and then we can see if smoke is coming out, and then we'll move from there. Okay, we're all set. So here we go. Nice. Okay, so here's one of my concerns here. The smoke that's coming out now, it almost had like a blue color. Blue, and I'll explain to you what that means here in a second. Can you goose it a little bit? Again? Cool, all right. Yeah, you can let it idle. Cool. Yeah, let it idle, but no, leave it on though. Yeah, that's good. And then you can just disconnect the, yeah. I'm gonna leave it running for a little while. Yeah, thanks. All right, so going back to diagnosing the smoke, there's different colors of smoke that we look for. We look for white, we look for blue, we look for gray. Everything means something, right? So on initial startup here, this one had a blue tint to it. So blue, what that tells me is burning some oil, right? So there's probably some engine wear internally, right? So, but moving on, that's what that means. I always like to take a quick look at the gauges here. Looks like we're already doing 25 miles an hour. We haven't gone anywhere yet. Mileage is 15,609, and the buzzer is going off. I think it's by the radio, but I'll still check that stuff later. Going into the engine bay area. I still need to check all the fluids, but I just want to take advantage of it now. Now that something's here to start it. Looks pretty straightforward. I like to look at the pulleys to see if wobbling or not. They look pretty straight. Engine sounds pretty tight as well. I don't hear any abnormal noises coming from the bottom or the top end. He's already, hit the accelerator a couple of times, and again, I didn't hear anything as far as abnormal noises. I'm gonna go ahead and check the radiator now, and what I'm checking for here, and that's actually beautiful. I don't see any signs of contamination, any oil in the coolant, or any bubbling. So it's telling me that it's pretty healthy inside. And there's some other things that I'll still be checking as well. And then here's another view of the belts, engine bay area. And then another thing I like to check for is any type of blow-by. So let me remove this oil cap. And I don't feel anything coming out, and it's I don't see any smoke coming out there. Sometimes that blue smoke, I don't know how long these cars sit for, but it may need to run a while too. Sometimes that clears up, but I'm not here to make excuses for the cars, so I just got to report to you what I see when I'm here. I'll be taking a picture of the data tag as well, and then looking at the brake fluid condition. Firewall looks pretty good, and then moving on. We've been driving for about 6 miles now. It's been kind of difficult because of the traffic here in LA, but we got a good solid 6 miles at least. Vehicle actually drives pretty well. The braking will need some attention. It's going to the left a little bit, and I did notice that the brake reservoir tank, the forward one, was low on brake fluid. What else? But braking was good. We did feel a little bit of a shimmy. That was at, I know the speedometer is off, but like when it was reading around 80, I think it was off by 20 or 30 miles an hour. I felt a shimmy. Shifting seems to be seamless and still operating well. The fuel gauge, we added some gas just in case, but we're not sure if that's working or not. Temperature gauge hasn't gone to more than half. So that's a good sign. The blower fan works for the climate control. The AC does not blow cold though, and it's hot outside, but we think that the froster is working. I still need to check all the lights. Radio is not working. Windshield wipers, we can hear the motor working, but nothing from there. I'm gonna stay quiet for a little bit, so I'm gonna go through the gears. So we're in drive, and I'm gonna step on it. It takes a while for it to get going, but it is moving forward. So stepping on the brakes now, there is no pulling. That's good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just shut down the video.